A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Gaming with KaijuForceNeo. And now, what I'm going to do here is that once again, I'm going out into the open world environment, and that is this game, Need for Speed 2015 edition, with this BMW. Though, unfortunately, I still couldn't really recall what the exact model of this BMW was when I first bought it. And now I could always try to look on a wiki page if there was one of Need for Speed 2015 edition to find out what this model of the BMW was. So, of course, I just refer to it as a BMW because it's good that I know about this in general, that it is a BMW and not a Chrysler or even a Daewoo. I mean, if you don't even recall what Daewoo was, I mean, there were a lot of cars in my time that were from the company Daewoo. I've already known Daewoo from certain electronics and certain televisions and the like, appliances and furniture. Yeah. Similar to Toshiba and other companies out there from Japan, but of course, alongside Panasonic and other companies out there that have created television throughout the late 90s and early 2000s, up until 2006 even, because after that point, we weren't really getting enough good televisions out there and good picture quality out there from companies like Daewoo, Toshiba, Panasonic, Sony, or even other companies out there that have created televisions like those. But once again, it's probably not as important as to go around here. Let's see how well I can do in whatever event that I come across with my BMW and other competitions and the like. So nonetheless, I do feel glad about having myself a good vehicle right here. I know a few cars out there that I will be able to upgrade to within the next week or so, within the next 10 episodes that come by. You should be able to see some really good cars out there that I do hope to have myself at some point in time. But up until this point, I'd say, would be a time where I wouldn't really just say for sure that it is something that I'm gonna want to have in my life now. And what I'm saying is that now, of course, what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to yet another one of those events that other players out there create for others to try to go through and to see how well they can do. Looks like that's a sprint race this time, not a circuit race. And here we go. Once again, there's some more choppy segments to the picture. And look at that. It's gotten out of control this time almost. There was a lot of choppy portions of that clip that you just saw within the last 15 seconds. Okay. Another one and another one. Oh my gosh. Definitely out of control. But you know what? I don't know what these glitches are going to do here. I really don't know how well it's going to be for me. But okay, it looks like I'm getting myself to the actual event itself, and it looks like there's actually going to be a lot of racers just like the last time, although this time I know for sure. Yep, there we go, 8 racers in total, and it looks like I'm doing better in this race compared to the last one. I'm already in 4th, nearing my way up to 1st, and look at that, just like that I managed to get up to 1st place, and hopefully I can continue to stay up in this pole position until the very end. So right now you can tell that at this part of the race, I might just let back a little just to avoid fishtailing or any other kinds of uncontrollable segments of high-speed driving that you could encounter if you're not careful. But it looks like that one car up there that was up in 1st place managed to get back up to 1st. It was in 2nd for several seconds. And it looks like I'm the one that's in 2nd right now. Okay, it looks like I drifted a little too late, and it did cost me some speed right there. It did cost me some more momentum as well. So what I can tell right now is that up until this point, you can see that I'm just going to continue to do my best. And I am actually catching up to that 1st place racer up ahead. I can see the taillights to the racer as well. Coming a little closer and closer and closer. Oh, God. Oh, darn. I feel like I might have lost my opportunity right there. That was bad. Wow. Luckily for me, I managed to get myself in second place. It's almost like I never had other racers behind me. But yet there are racers behind me. They're probably just way more behind. Some are probably more behind than others. But okay, right now. Looks like that Porsche up there up ahead, the 911 Carrera. Oh my gosh, the race is already over. That was the finish line. Second place I managed to get right there. But you know what? That's fine. I'm just going to go back to that one event that I had put down right there. And it almost looks like, yeah. So I feel like I did well there regardless of what pole position I ended at when the race was over. So let's see how well I can do here in this next event that I have scheduled. Let's see now. Got my way up there. Turn around to start, of course. And, oh, okay, I almost forgot. This was that same event that I had scheduled at one other point in time, but I found out that I needed fully customizable, fully adjustable suspension to be able to race in that event. It's pretty outrageous, of course, but requirements are requirements, and I don't know what I could do about those. So now I'm just gonna make my way up to that one other event that's just several miles away. Several miles of a drive to be sure about. And now I feel like I might be lacking off of my voiceover skills, but that's simply because I just want to focus on some other work of mine that I want to do at the moment. So when I'm done recording the voiceover for this episode, I feel like I might... Whoa! Right into a Ford F-Series. Right into a Ford F-Series. I just plowed right through it. And I tumbled to what could have been an untimely death. Oh my... Oh! Another truck? This is outrageous. I mean, look, I'm right in the oncoming lanes. On the highway right now. I'm entering through the tunnel system. Wow. I collided head-on with two trucks. Two trucks. An F-Series and a panel truck. That is crazy. Wow, though. But yet, these are more realistic events that they just look much more better, more high quality compared to 30 years ago. I mean, any point in time back then, video games would have also given a message to you to wear your seatbelt at all times and to obey all laws on the road. But here, in modern times, they are much more enhanced graphics with bits that, well, of course we don't really know the bit ratio of today's consoles compared to certain other consoles that existed way back when. Especially when it came to terms with, if you recall, the Atari Jaguar. I didn't really know much about the Atari Jaguar back then, but I still feel like I did get to know about it while I could. I got to know about a lot besides the Atari Jaguar's supposed capacity of 64 bits. 64 bits, though. I can't really be sure exactly, but was it supposed to be 64 bits back in 1993? I wasn't even alive then. It was 6 years before my birthday, but I still feel like nonetheless, it's probably better late than never to just talk about what used to be a very anticipated console out there. So, okay. I'm going to continue making my way up to the event. I still got a long ways to go, actually. So it might take me a little while. But I can tell you right now that it is going to be a really fun event that I have planned at this point. Almost nailed that drift right there. It just didn't really happen the way I would normally expect. So I'm going to continue moving, continue cruising at speeds over 150 miles an hour in the process. Which, of course, is especially dangerous if you're handling on high ground roads like this. Roads that are just close to a cliffside, or roads that could cause you to tumble if you were to just ram through the barriers and the sides. You tumble to your death, really. So it's good that there are such things, barriers like there, even to prevent the most mildest of crashes from occurring. But most of the time, barriers just aren't successful in stopping a person's car from tumbling down to the bottom of a ravine or a valley. So, of course, though, I'm just not afraid to take on high ground roads like those where they're situated on cliff sides or pretty treacherous areas. Deadly drops that can really be of serious consequences to your overall life, especially if you're not handling them with any caution. If you're not having any common sense, really, then of course it's just going to be deadly. It's going to be little more than extremely dangerous. So, I'm just going to continue. Whoa, jeez. Almost collided with that vehicle right there. It looks like it belonged to another player, though, so I can't really tell. No, the player would also suffer from a serious accident right there, but let's see here. This is the event, baby steps at the fastest lap time. Is it a time attack, or is this more of an actual timed event right here? Okay, so it's actually time attack. So it's similar to another one of those time attack events that I had taken on at some point, but I couldn't really do so well on that, apparently. That's why I ended up failing on there, but now, here in this episode, I hope to do well on it. Hope to get the lowest amount of time possible, the fastest time possible, and see how well that can do later on for me. Okay, so now, of course, the glitchiness has come back here in the clip. But instead, it's just more of the lags that are taking place, more sluggish speeds that are starting to set upon based on the capacity of the server itself. The servers can't really handle too much data, of course, but it's depending on the size of the server, the capacity, the amount of players that are in them, the amount of data that's being exchanged between each other, the type of messages that we're seeing here, which can also irritate the capacity limit. The list just goes on and on, really, but it's anybody's guess as to what can happen, really. I can't really tell how capable these kind of servers are nowadays with 2019 technology here in play 24/7. It's just anyone's guess. I wouldn't really put any guess for it. I'd just rather know about it. So, let's see now. I got myself a best time of 52.87 seconds. And let's see if I can do it better. No! Right there, another collision. Oh, whoa. Did I just pass through that car like it was a ghost? Wow. So, okay, let's see here. So in that lap, right now I'm in third place, but I'm going to put myself back up at first by reaching a very fast lap time. I could probably stop drifting, though, to try to buy myself some time right there. Or rather, sell time, because buying more time would mean that I would be having more slower lap times. So I feel like it should be the opposite of that type of idiom right there. So, let's see here. 34 seconds on the clock left, and okay, look at that. Still in third place. But let's see how well I can do here on this lap, where it's gonna be too well there. 20 seconds on the clock right now, and so far I'm just not sure about it. If I'm not gonna do well in this event, I'm just not gonna do well in this type of event. This type of event might not just be the best for me. Certain other events, though, they actually have had themselves good times, right? So it looks like the event ended. Third place I got in, of course, just because of that crash that I had back there at some point. So right now, I'm just going to go to another event. I just want to continue playing as many events as possible before I'm done with Need for Speed for the season of Gaming with KaijuForceNeo. Season 3 out of, well, I feel like that any time now I could probably start pre-planning for any of the next seasons. Season 4, 5, 6, and if I wanted to, I could probably go ahead and put in a 7th season as well. But I guess maybe in the next episode I could talk more about it, but I just don't have as much time right now as it seems to be. So it looks like here I just teleported to this kind of event. I just did not want to drive out that far, kind of just waste time along the way, but so I'm just going to do this type of event. You can stay tuned for the next episode of Gaming with KaijuForceNeo, which will showcase more on this episode here. If you want to see more, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.